If you are running through your 30s or 40s, are you still chasing the same dreams, those same ambitions and goals which you used to do in your 20s? Obviously not, right? Now, some people are going to say, age factor matters, maturity increases, circumstances change, priorities change. I agree with all of those, but why and how? Things are so different for every single person after their 30s. Now, to have a deeper understanding of this inner alchemy, we need to decode the D9 Navamsha chart, because there lies the blueprint of what your soul truly wants. What is that calling of your subconscious mind, and in fact, those secret superpowers that you were even not aware about in your 20s. For this, firstly open your D1 and D9, the Lagna chart and the Navamsha chart, side by side, because to understand this transition you need to look at both of the charts in a comparative way. Firstly, see the rising sign in D1 chart. Check out the element of that sign. We have 4 elements of the sign, that is fire, air, water and earth. Check out the category into which it is falling, and then check the D9 chart. Is there any shift in the element of that sign? That thing will bring a true change in the personality, in the approach, and how this person sees the world, what is their view of the world, what is their approach, and even how they appear to the world. Each and everything you can see. For example, we'll try to understand this by taking Taurus as the rising sign in D1 chart. And if you see that there is Aries rising in D9 chart. Now, fire element and earth element are way too different from each other. If this is the case, if the element is shifting, then you would see that the person's personality, their persona, their temperament has drastically changed. We see those friends around us who have been really cool, happy-go-lucky, and all of a sudden they become dead serious after their 30s. Why is it so? It's not just because of their external circumstances. It's because their core has shifted. Because the subconscious mind starts to unlock. Because that is the true potential, that is the true side where our soul needs to go. That is why things shift in that manner. If the Lagna is Vargottama, then you won't see much of a difference in the temperament, in the persona. Difference would be there, but not much in the core of the person. Okay, so this particular person as an individual would be really patient, and they would be stable in their 20s. This person would pile up their work and execute it all at once. So they're having a lot of patience. They would plan out things. They will wait for the right time to execute the things, each and every quality they would have. But after their 30s, from their 30s, mid 30s, this person would have no patience, lack of patience and execution every single time. They would not plan out things, they would more be on that execution side, because these people now, they have that leadership quality. When there is Aries rising, there is a total shift. Now this person would look more of an aggressive person. Even in their inner world, they would be more aggressive, more impatient. Every single quality of Aries will come into them. Then see the other thing, like we'll again take the example of Taurus. Taurus is a fixed sign. Now there is a shift from a fixed sign to a movable sign. That shows that this person in their early days would be quite stubborn in nature. They would do just what they want to do and they feel that's right to do. But here, when the sign is shifting, the movable sign is there, so this person would be more onto the flexible side. They would understand, they would see all the angles of the things, they would understand, they will listen to the opinions of other people, and they won't be that rigid in their nature. So this is also a shift in their nature. So many things change just by seeing the rising sign change. This is a very small portion of understanding the Navamsha. You can implement all those different combinations, like change from airy sign to watery sign, earthy sign to fiery sign to earthy sign. This is a very interesting exercise in itself, and in future we'll try to make more detailed video about this. Now see, if you need to check the intensity of how this person is going to be, the shift, is it going to be extreme, then see the condition of Venus in the D9 chart, the Lagnesh of the ascendant lord of D1 chart in D9. Is it equally powerful? Is it Vargottama? What is the condition of this planet and the sign in which it is getting Vargottama into? Is it Vargottama in Taurus itself? Is it Vargottama in maybe Aries? Then you need to see that element as well, and see the condition of Mars in D9. Is it in a powerful condition? Is it in Capricorn? Is it in Aries? Is it in Scorpio? Where is Mars placed? You need to check out these things so that you can understand as to how much difference these things can bring out. Second thing is, look at your D1 chart. See the signs. Okay, the sign for let's take an example again for maybe Taurus. Okay, the Taurus is rising in D1, Pisces is rising in D9. Then the natives' whole shift comes towards fulfilling their desires, whatever they wanted. Some people are there who are not able to fulfill their wishes, their desires in their 20s. Now their sole focus becomes that I need this, and they don't care about anything else apart from that. They might become more social than they were in their 20s. Okay, these things, these changes might come. And mostly when the 8th house of D1 is rising in the Lagna, the D9 chart, that actually becomes really difficult for you to recognize that person, that how much their personality has shifted after their 30s. These are those people we are not able to recognize. So now comes the sign difference. Now let's see how things matter after 30s and why is it so, how planets play a role in this. Observe your D1 chart. Just see which are the prominent planets in special positions in your chart. Now, how do we analyze which planets are in special position? See which planet is exalted, which is debilitated, which is retrograde, okay? And see the planets placed in Lagna or placed with Lagnesh. These planets become really important in deciding things in your life, be it in D1 or D9, that is in 20s or your 30s. In both the times, you would see that these planets have a role to play. For example, a planet is exalted in D1 chart and you're seeing it debilitated in D9. You will see one thing about this person and try to notice this. This person would externally behave in the manner the planet is in D1, but would feel like the planet's position in D9. It could be vice versa. If the planet is debilitated in D1 and getting exalted in D9, then also the same thing would be there. Might be there that the person is, really showing very much courage on the external side. If Mars is exalted in D1 chart and then Mars is getting debilitated in D9, the person might feel fearful inside, but they would never show it on their face. And sometimes it's possible that person is looking fearful, but they might take that risk. They can, cross those boundaries all of a sudden just because the planet is exalted in D9. And this shift you can see in their 20s and after their 30s as well. And this topic in itself is so deep, and this sutra as well, that we need to talk about it in a separate video, how these planets act, because they are not normal planets anymore. Their nature is totally changing from North Pole to South Pole. So we need to analyze these as well. Apart from this, if you see that the Lagnesh of D9 has a connection with a planet and it's playing an important role in influencing the behavior of the person, then in D9 also you would see that if planet is getting afflicted or is getting weak, that will again bring a major change. Now comes the maturity of planets. See, all the planets, most of them including Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, get matured at till the age of 28. But one planet that remains unmatured till the age of 30 is Mercury. Mercury gets matured at the age of 32. Now, Mercury is a logical explanation to things, analyzing things. Before this, all other planets give us purpose, but purpose based on what? Purpose based on our needs, on what we want, based on the external world, based on validation, based on those things which we are just requiring for the sake of it, for the society. But then comes the logic, then activates the Mercury, which says that why are you doing what you are doing. For example, your sun, you have a prominent sun. You can check if your chart has a prominent sun, then your that identity, that ego would have started to develop at the age of 22. But then all of a sudden you would see that all that hustle for that identity, for those things might get decreased if the position of sun is changing in D9 chart. And if Mercury is prominent, you would start to seek logic for it. You would want the answer that is it actually something which is going to fulfill my purpose onto this planet. Because see, D9 is not just a divisional chart. It is the magnification, it is the microscopic view of our mental plane, because it denotes the ninth house of higher wisdom in the Lagna chart. So always remember that the way we look onto the world changes when our D9 changes. So D9 has a major role to play into that thing as well. If you see a planet falling into a 8th house in D9 chart, you will see the changes and the transformation with relation to the circumstances related to that planet in the after 30s, after the age of 30s. Now comes the other thing, that is the natal Saturn return. Whenever Saturn returns, Saturn mostly returns at the age between 28 to 30s. Okay, now that is a major period when a person has gone through lot of karmic things. They have almost completed much of their education, career side, and have got a lot of experience. So Saturn is basically the karaka for maturity, the karaka of the profession, career, all of those things. So when natal Saturn gets matured, once it's returned, person naturally they start to develop that maturity. Mostly it's the second phase of Sadesati that also starts during these transition of 20s to 30s. So there are many things, including that Mercury getting matured in this age of 32. So the intellectual understanding of things, logical explanation to what you are doing. The other planets can, make you motivate just on the basis of your needs, on the basis of your external circumstances, because ninth house also represents the society in D1 chart. So we do get bothered about how people are going to perceive us, what they're going to think about us. But finally when D9 unfolds, you see that mental deep dive, because ninth house represents the subconscious mind as well, the mental plane, the highest mental plane, the highest of the wisdom, the higher understanding of the things around us starts to explore from ninth house. So there is a lot to talk about D9 and lot to explore. If you want me to make more videos on this particular topic, then do let me know in the comment section. So for right now, we are closing this video for the analysis of D9, and we are going to make further more videos on more detailed concepts of D9, because there's a lot to explore in this particular Pandora's box. I'll see you next time in next video. Till then, stay tuned, keep watching the videos, share it, like it, subscribe to the channel. See you again. Till then, take care. Signing off.